It's your boy Flex Money back on the video. Today we got low likes, W low. We got Kevin Durant disrespect his teammates again. If you're new to the channel, like, comment, and subscribe, man. Everything you know about me is in the link down below. Twitch, TikTok, all that is in the link down below. So go check that out. But before you do that, I don't know why my cam's doing that already. I just started a video, it was not doing none of that. But if you want to check it out, go under in the link down below. But first, I should subscribe here though. I ain't gonna lie. Subscribe here. I said subscribe here, not gonna lie, let me show. But yeah, man, so let's get into the video, bro. And hold on, before I get what KD's saying, but it's still not the same thing, bro. And it's actually not your last time that you had multiple 25-point per scorers. Nets. Actually, Suns. Nets. You feel me?
Apparently, Kevin.
That why. And it's funny because, like, I'm gonna see if he addresses. Like, I get what he's saying, but I'm just actually I don't get what we get what he's saying, but it's still not the same.
Durant, he don't want no more smoke on Twitter, so he decided to take his nonsense over to IG. As we all know, LeBron joining the Philadelphia 76ers has started up a frenzy in the NBA space, and the amount of bad takes that have stemmed from that decision have been ridiculous. And unfortunately, one of the worst.
And it's like, bro, these niggas on, like, it's like these niggas just keep talking about Bron this, Bron that, Bron this, Bron that. When you go on TikTok, I know it's TikTok, so you're bringing around. I know I'm TikTok. They niggas, so I ain't gonna. I watch IG lives. That's the only thing I do on TikTok is watch IG lives. I'm just keep it over, but mostly, bro, literally, listen, color. People literally, just talk about Bron. Then you go to YouTube. It's like, bro. And it'd be a nigga that have someone else as the GOAT. It's like, gang, hello? I don't understand. I don't know. But all these old NBA players is straight dick sucking.
Came from Kevin Durant.
All these niggas.
Is it bad?
Feel like they're contenders?
Sure. You don't think so?
No, I'm just asking you.
Last time they put 3 20-point scores on the team, they said it was unfair, which is the team I was on. They got 4 25-point scores on this team. So hell yeah, I think they're gonna be a contender, man. They're gonna be a great team to watch.
Feel like they're
now, I want to be clear. That right there, that statement alone, I think that's fine. I definitely believe going into this season, the Sixers should be title contending teams. Now, I want to say this though.
That's what I'm saying. But
to Kevin Durant, maybe you potentially forgot. The last time 3 20-point scores on the same team with one another, people didn't say it was unfair. They thought it was foolish because the last time that happened was when you was on the team in Phoenix with Devin Booker and you added Bradley Beal. The time before that, many other people did say it was unfair. I wasn't one of them because I thought it was too redundant and didn't actually address some of the other concerns, in particular on the defensive side of the floor. But that was once more on the team that you was on and you failed to win a championship, and that was with you, Kyrie, and James Harden. But the last time before that, yes, you're absolutely right. When you joined the Golden State Warriors, I think it needs to be very clear that Kevin Durant has done this not once, but twice, but 3 different times. 3 different times that he's joined a roster with 2 other players who averaged 20 points or more. I want to be clear with that. However, if that's all KD said, then that would be fine. The problem is now that a lot of people, you know, they started to addressing Kevin Durant and they didn't necessarily like what he had to say. He then decided to respond to a bunch of people, especially those who said that the 2027 76ers are not as good as the 2017 Golden State Warriors, and it's not even close. That's what the response was. This was Kevin Durant's response to somebody saying it's not even close. Joel, MVP recently. Jaylen Brown, recent finals MVP. Tyrese Maxey, all-star for the last 3 years. That's factually incorrect, but we'll keep going. We all know what Bron does. Klay Thompson, though, never an MVP candidate in nothing. Okay, let me stop right there.
The nigga scored 60 on your team. Here's the reason they beat y'all, bro. 2016. Was it 2016? No, it was 2015. I think it was 2015. Wait, was it 2015 or 2016? Who did the? It was one of them years. I think it was 2015. Yeah, it definitely was 2015. That nigga dropped 60 on y'all fucking head, gang. What are you talking about? I think it was 2016. I don't freaking know.
Know how disrespectful it is to sit there and to brush off Klay Thompson as just a 22-point per game scorer and not an MVP candidate in anything when this is the same nigga that dusted you off the season before you start.
Just said it. I just said this, bro. That nigga's the reason they fucking came back. What are you talking about? Klay Thompson's the reason that got your ass out of the, that got you to blow the fucking 3-1 lead. The fuck are you talking about? That's why I said it ain't nowhere near the same, bro.
Joining that roster, he dust you
These
off
niggas be
in
trolling.
game 6.
That's what I'm saying. KD trolling. He gotta be getting paid to say shit like that. Like Charles Barkley, Tony Allen. These niggas gotta be trolling. No bullshit.
They then forced a game 7 and eventually won the series. The same Klay Thompson that actually
They gotta be getting paid, bro.
outperformed you in many
No
of
way.
those games in the 2016
No way.
conference finals. But that nigga, MVP candidate, nothing. Be very mindful as well. If I'm not mistaken, Klay actually was a 3-time All-Star. At least he was working on his 3rd All-Star appearance in 2017. And if I'm also not mistaken, Klay was actually twice All-NBA team, things in which I'm not sure if Maxey has done or not. So keep all that in mind. But we will continue. He then talks about Draymond and says, Draymond, 14 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists.
Bro didn't even talk. Bro said Steph for MVP. Steph won back-to-back. And you joined him when he went on a back-to-back MVP fucking P, gang. What are you trying to say? Patchy head motherfucker.
Steph an MVP just like Joel was, so I guess that's just a wash. I don't get how the Warriors team is better on paper. I love how the nigga decided to not include himself in that conversation because, you being on the roster would, wash out a couple of other MVPs. But I want to be also very clear with something. Again, reducing Draymond to 14 points per game, 7 rebounds and 6 assists, and
he was the second best player, goddammit. Kevin Durant. Shit. Well, probably 3rd. But when he was with the Warriors, I don't care what nobody said. That nigga. KD was the reason. Not the reason, but KD was the number 1. So I don't care what nobody say. I ain't gonna lie, I'll be honest.
Talking about how he was the best defensive player in the NBA those years, if not best second, but I think he was better than Kawhi, especially for a good portion post 2017. So the fact that you are not going to sit here and even discuss Draymond and what he does defensively is nuts to me.
I said.
That is crazy.
And you got Iguodala, like, come on, bro.
For you to even believe that Draymond and Klay should just be pushed off to the wayside because of their points, rebounds, and assists, be very mindful. I want to be very, very mindful of people. This is the reason why that nonsense this nigga was.
This nigga didn't even bring up Sean Livingston, bro. One of the greatest, bro. Oh my, this nigga didn't even bring up. Ooh.
Talking about to me
That nigga's
in
like,
that
Katie a good rage baiter. Holy shit.
Twitter space a couple of years ago, why I never fucking believed it. Why this nigga was sitting here telling me, oh, I really don't like the way you niggas talk about the game. This is how this nigga talks about the game. This is how he talks about it. PRA, points per game, not talking about no defense. He ain't talking about how they actually complement each other. He ain't talking about none of that. He just sitting there talking about points and accolades. But he don't like the way that we talk about the sport. Nigga, that's how he talks, because I knew that's how he talked, because he talked like that in them burner accounts or in the DMs. That's how you always talk. I'm just happy more people get to hear it now. And this is the reason why
DMs,
you ran to
Low be arguing with KD. The way he talking.
the Instagram, because you knew you could never get some shit like this off on Twitter. That's why you ran to Instagram. That's why you're not posting nothing on Twitter no more.
Welcome to Refresherland. Kick back with black cherry, bold and tart, or new pink pineapple. A tropical refresh.
This is nonsense, though. This is nonsense. Even if I were to entertain this nonsense, Joel Embiid or Stephen Curry, I'm going to take Stephen Curry because, availability, that's going to be a problem. Then you have Kevin Durant and Jaylen Brown. I know, Slim. As much as you think I may not fuck with you, but you're definitely better than Jaylen Brown. Who's a better player between Tyrese Maxey and than Jaylen Brown? I know, Slim. As much as you think I may not fuck with you, but you're definitely better than Jaylen Brown.
KD def watch his videos or def seen his shit before.
Who's a better player between Tyrese Maxey and Klay Thompson? Give me Maxey. But in terms of fit and what they're going to do and how you can be impactful without having the ball in your hand and still being a real
low def be talking like he don't fuck with
good player on the other side of the floor, it makes it a little bit closer. Definitely closer. But if you still go Maxey, that's cool. And who would I rather have? Draymond Green or LeBron James at 42? Give me Draymond, because the nigga is going to be the best defender in the NBA. That's who I would want. Who would I rather have as a coach? Steve Kerr or Nick Nurse? Steve Kerr. Iguodala or VJ? As a talent, give me VJ, he's younger. But in terms of how you fit, how you complement, you being able to show up in certain moments, give me Iguodala. Give me Iguodala. And the fact that it's not close is simply because two of the four players that we're talking about in Embiid and LeBron, you don't even know if they're going to be available or not. That's the reason why it's not close. But the reason why you go out here and you shape these narratives the way you want to shape them is because you don't want you're tired of people trying to act as if like what you did what was so bad that you got to put an asterisk next to you and they take away your championship. So now you want somebody else to do that to LeBron, bro. I'm tired of y'all doing that to me. But it's different. You know that it's different. You know that it's different because even when you're sitting here trying to compare.
Hey, I'm surprised Brown don't be rare. Like, just laughing at these niggas. Like, you know how you did Stephen A? Like, especially kids, Brown just repost it and just have laugh emojis up top. Oh my God.
The two
I know
teams,
that's kind of like,
you didn't even talk about you being on the side with the Warriors. Joel Embiid has not been an MVP in the past 3 to 4 years. Curry was an MVP the last 2 seasons, and the year before that, you won league MVP. Jaylen Brown won finals MVP, albeit congrats. But the way in which he performed to get that wasn't of historic magnitude. Matter of fact, if that's the argument, I guess Iguodala is a finals MVP recipient as well. I guess so, by this logic. And again, the fact that you cannot comprehend how Klay Thompson and Draymond Green complimented you, I don't understand that. But here's a real question. This is actually a really good question for you, KD. Do you think that a team that features Jaylen Brown, Joel Embiid, and Tyrese Maxey, and a rookie in VJ Edgecombe, do you think that team would have beaten your team in 2016? That's a good question. If you're up 3-1 against Joel Embiid in a conference final, so God knows how available he is, Joel Embiid, Maxey, Jaylen Brown, VJ, do you think that team would be able to come back down 1-3 against your team? Do you think that? You truly believe that? I really want to know. Do you believe that? The answer is more than likely no.
It's definitely
this nonsense that you.
It's definitely no. You gonna say, nigga, we gonna whoop their young ass. We gonna whoop their ass. That's exactly what he would say. That would be his reality answer, bro. I'm telling you now, we reacted.
Spewing, it's the reason why. When we were in that Twitter space, I didn't take it serious. It's the reason why I just let other people talk. Because I know how you talk about the sport, bro. I know. It's nonsense. It's nothing but yapping. It's nothing but ridiculous statements being said in DMs. There's a reason why you make these posts on Instagram. You don't do it on Twitter no more, because you know the type of backlash you would get on an app that will actually go back and forth with you with some form of intelligence.
Yeah, cause bro was going back and forth crazy on Twitter. He was going back and forth crazy. Now, hey, Kevin Durant, post on Twitter again.
And not limited on what they can or can't say, and the format's weird. Again, there's a reason why you stepped off that app and you went somewhere else. There's a reason why. But this is nonsense. You just want to say this because you know for a fact, if you were to run around and saying that, it wouldn't make any sense. It wouldn't make any sense. No one knows if Joel Embiid is going to be healthy. LeBron is 42 years old, and the fit isn't as seamless as it was for you all, because between Klay, Curry, and yourself, all three of you all could get off without having the ball in your hand at all. So there was nothing that you all had to do in terms of dominating the ball to still be impactful. Matter of fact, many would argue both Curry and Klay at that time were actually best suited with the ball out of their hands, which further benefited not only you, but also Draymond as well. So No. You trying to act as if like Joel Embiid and LeBron. Also, you said they have 4 25-point per game scores. LeBron was not averaging 25 points last year. How you think he's going to average 25 points now? No, sir. LeBron is not a 25-point per game scorer anymore, bro. He's not. And yes, I would rather have Draymond giving me 14, 7, and 6 with the best defense in the NBA versus LeBron, even if he averages 20. Because I know for a fact LeBron is not going to get anywhere near close to that level of defense. But it does not surprise me that KD made these statements. This is the same man that made the argument.
This nigga think it's 2020 or some shit. It's not 2020, 2018 LeBron, my nigga. Hold on, I can say stop at like 2022, 2023. Nigga, it's I don't know, but nigga, you know, nigga, this ain't Bron, bro. Nigga, this Unk, bruh.
That playing defense is easy. All you gotta do is just bend your knees and move your feet and give effort. And yet, a team that he was just on last year that's supposed to be hellacious defensively, were so mediocre defensively that they were still allowing players like Luke Kennard and Marcus Smart to put buckets on them. But it's easy to play defense. I understand why you try to downplay how defensively inclined players like Klay Thompson and Draymond were, to the point where you sit here and the way in which you talk about Klay Thompson, and that's why Klay had to get on your ass. The way you talk about Klay, never an MVP candidate in nothing. Do you know how disrespectful that is, bro? That's crazy, bro. And that's the reason why when Klay was responding to you like this, hey man, you good? What are you using my full government for? And Draymond responded this way, Slim thought he was still on his burners. That's just a fact, bro. I mean, that's just what it is. Draymond also had comments about what you said earlier about how you view basketball in the way in which it's very Uncle Drewish. Actually, here it is right here.
KD said the last time they put 3 20-point scores on the team, they said it was unfair, which was the Warriors team I was on. The Sixers got 4 25-point scores on this team. So, hell yeah, I think they're going to be a contender. I think what KD was saying here was like, yo, we thought that team was unfair. All right, so this team got 4 25-point scores. I think to understand this statement, though, you also have to understand the way KD view basketball. And the way KD view basketball is very Uncle Drewish. This game will and always will be about buckets. That's how KD viewed the game. So when KD say, yo, they got 4 25-point scores, you have to understand in KD mind what that means. So first off, in order to understand Kevin's statement, you have to understand his mindset and how he see the game. And how he see the game, this game is about buckets.
Which I 100% agree with. And to be fair, I understand the validity behind that POV.
Draymond, you know it's about defense, motherfucker. You know!
Especially from someone who is arguably the greatest scorer of all time. All understandable. But he is also the same one that openly stated how he hates the way that people speak about the sport. But yet here he is again, doing nothing more but reducing NBA players in a team setting to points per game, to PPG. No assists, no playmaking, no defense, no coaching, no system, none of that. It's just PPG. And so if you're going to...
Hey, bro, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, but you had Iguodala too, by the way. I don't care, nigga. Didn't, bro, Sean Livingston is better than anybody on that goddamn Sixers bench. Facts. I'm gonna keep the buck. Sean Livingston might be better than motherfucker. Bro, Sean Livingston was cold, bro. Like, I don't know if y'all don't know who Sean Livingston was, gang, but Imano.
Sit here and criticize.
Okay, that was one of the greatest mid-ranges of all time.
For the way they speak about the sport, and yet this is how you view it, and you decided to sweep underneath the rug all the times that you were on teams that had 3 20-point per game scores, one of which y'all all played, and you lost.
Nobody don't talk about that nigga a lot, bro. That nigga, he could have started, bro. He came off the bench. He didn't start. He could have started, bro. He came off the bench. You know how deadly that is? You got people that started. You got starters on the bench.
It's about a bucket, but there's so many other things that go along with it. And it is unfortunate that Kevin Durant routinely...
This has nothing to do with this, but I just realized something. It's funny how Warrior fans, or just fans in general, like people that don't like Bron, I guess. I talked about the injuries in 2016, even though nobody was really injured. but then want to talk about when we bring it up. I don't know.
He's on a high horse,
get
which he deserves to be on. But then, as he's on there,
I'm gonna get about. Y'all definitely needed KD for them 2 rings, though. I'm gonna keep it about facts.
misses so many other aspects of the game that has aided him in terms of team success to reach the certain heights that he has reached, regardless if he was on those teams or he was not. Because there was only one player, I guess you could say 2, that was out.
Yeah, KD did some corny junk. Not corny, but yeah, he went to the Warriors. But we know who recruited him, right? We know who went to his beach house, right? I just want to know. I hope everybody know this. This really off topic, but what the fuck is that? See. But I just want to know, niggas know that.
They was able to score 20 to 25 points on a night-to-night basis when the Warriors won a championship again, and you wasn't there, and that was Curry. And maybe Wiggins, or maybe Poole, or maybe Clay, but it was effectively Curry, and hopefully, cross your fingers, someone else. So the way in which they were able to win was based off of their defense. Off of their defense, bro. And all those times in 2016, when y'all got deeper into the postseason and y'all were still winning games, even though you were struggling, it's because of your defense. But again, you hate the way that
I didn't even want to react. I was going to react this, but I'm like, nah, there's no point. But if you see Charles Barkley eyes, that nigga reading the script. I don't care.
We talk about the sport, and yet this is how you reduce players that you played alongside with that aided you in winning a championship.
But KD,
not one, but 2.
My bad, I gotta strip y'all, but
hey man, you hate the way that we speak about the sport. Okay.
Repeated vaping as a teen can damage more than your lungs. It can harm your brain too.
A degree,
that's what I'm saying. Thank you. Game 6. That nigga went stupid. He scored like 60 something. Like, what are we talking about? Like, you gotta be like it's KD. Like, you good, gang? But all right, man. That's the end of the video, man. It's your boy Flex Man. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. It's your boy Flex Man. I'm out. Peace.